Guys, hello everyone, Vladislav Stechenko is in touch as always. This is the first video on the new year 2024 of the Green Dragon. Well, or you can put it another way, the access, judging by what is happening in the cryptocurrency market right now. In this video, I have prepared for you a whole list of coins in different categories, which I in turn keep to the bull run. Well, I recommend that you take a closer look at them. Some of the coins will be those that I previously recommended, and some will be new recommendations. In the second part of the video, I will share my thoughts on the topic of Bitcoin. In the third part, we will discuss the sensational hype Notcoin. So the video will be interesting, positive and useful. Right now, put a big, huge like in advance, and we'll get started. So friends, it's time to be diamond hands. Not paper hands, but diamond. When it was already necessary to prepare your cryptocurrency portfolio for the upcoming bull run. Who hasn't done it yet, in today's video you will have the opportunity to see what I would pay attention to now in your place. And as they say, prepare for the dozens of access that you and I have already earned on previous bull runs. So the first category that I recommend paying attention to is, of course, blockchains. And who is the daddy of all altcoins? All blockchains in terms of ecosystem development is, of course, Ethereum. I have not recommended this coin for purchase for a long time, since the main potential of access and profit has already been earned on it. I remember giving my first recommendation back in 2016, when Ethereum cost a few dollars. Then I didn't have a YouTube channel on the topic of cryptocurrencies. VK, Skype was trending. In general, they were the first recommendations. Next we saw a bull run, then a bear run, and on the last bear run we just bought Ethereum for about $100 to $100. And there accordingly we earned from 20 to 40 access, well, depending on how someone bought. In this bearish cycle, we did not see any super bottom for Ethereum, so would not expect any access here. But again, now that Bitcoin ETFs have been accepted, what is the next trend? That's right, Ethereum ETH. And here I see the potential of the near future, perhaps the growth of the Ether by about 50–70%. If you take such a fundamental investment with adequate risks, then you can pay attention to the Ether at a given time, but do not wait for some stars from the sky. The next two altcoins are the next Ethereum killers, Aptos and Sui, which came out in this bear market. There was no distribution of any super access for them yet, except that you and I already earned 5 access on Aptos a year ago. Well, after that we moved on, and now that on Aptos, that on Sui is about X2. But in my opinion, the current ones here have a higher potential from X10. So if you haven't purchased these coins yet, you can do it even now. Well, those who took it when I recommended it, then in principle will already see some good profitability. So in these positions, hodl. The next 3 coins are veterans, old-timers of the last bull run, DOT, Atom and EOS. They have adjusted by about 90%. In the case of DOT, we have already seen the movement of X2. Here is the position that we were gaining even a little more. Atom is still convulsing, it won't start growing in any way, and in the case of EOS, it's generally a disgrace. In principle, plus or minus the price at which we bought, despite the fact that Bitcoin has grown. I see potential in each of these altcoins, so I added them to my cryptocurrency portfolio, and will continue to accumulate if the value remains the same in the near future. At the end of this category, a couple of small-cap blockchain projects. This is Mina, on which we have already earned X2, and Iron Fish, which I have not recommended in the video, but I wrote about this coin in my Telegram, DeFi Meme Shitties. If you haven't subscribed there yet, be sure to do it. The link will be in the description, because I constantly drop various coins into this Telegram channel that I enter. Small and medium capitalization. At some point there is a chance to catch a straight super mega lot of access. Well, at least, who does not dream of 100 access? Iron Fish is a blockchain created to provide privacy to other blockchains, as well as create bridges between them. Well, as for mine, I already told you in one of my videos, another killer of Ethereum with a small capitalization, and also with the potential for further growth. So hodl. Let's move on to the second category. This is DEX coins. I have already shot a video on my YouTube channel once where I listed the coins that I hold from this direction and decided to add another coin in this video. But let's take it all in order. The first coin is called DYDX. You and I have managed to earn a little money on it, but so far we do not see any super access. The fact is that there is quite a large capitalization there, so at the upcoming bull run, I do not make a direct super stay on this coin. The second coin is the Apex. According to it, no less than we have already earned 8 access. Just think about these numbers. I first mentioned this coin back in 2022, when it was just listed on the Bybit exchange. By the way, this is DEX, which is backed by this exchange, and now finally, Apex has woken up. At one time we earned about 3 access on it, after which we sold it. I have already recorded another video that can be replayed. Well, it was sleeping, dozing, rolling around on the floor somewhere, lying around, and finally they started shouting from all the irons on Twitter, in Telegram channels that Apex is a super gem, and dozens of access are waiting for us. Whether these stands will be access or not, I do not know, but today there are 8 access. Going in now is a super risk, so if there is any significant correction, you can try to pick up below the dollar. But if you take the current ones, then this is just a small part of the amount, because there are other risks here, respectively. The third DEX we have is BuySwap, which unfortunately did not meet our repeated expectations. Why repeated ones? The thing is that the first time we bought it, we earned access of access on it, after which we transferred, and then BuySwap went to feed the fish right there to the bottom. But just recently there was shot per day at about X2, after which this shot has now been adjusted, and there, as they say, the cost is now between the bottom and that shot, and I still have hopes that this project may soon manifest itself. Why? The thing is that there is a large audience, a large number of people who use this DEX. Binance is among the investors. This coin has been listed on this exchange. In general, everything is going to the point that with this capitalization, of which BuySwap has a small one, we can see potential of 5–10 access. So I recommend adding this coin for a small part of the funds. Well, the fourth altcoin from the DEX direction, which I just recently decided to add to my cryptocurrency portfolio, is called Perp. I see a positive movement in terms of value. It has already started to grow, small capitalization. In general, I see a potential of several access. If we take all these 4 DEXs, I would prefer BuySwap first, of all at the moment, probably in terms of the potential of some access. Apex may continue to move, but there is an increased risk here. DYDX is a more reliable story, but a large capitalization. I do not know how this project will manifest itself on bull run. And in case of Perp, in principle there may also be several access. In general, you think for yourself what is better to go into, or just distribute the balance that you will send to the DEX category for all these coins. The next category, the most positive in the cryptocurrency market, is memes, as they are also called there. We bought a number of coins with you, and some have already distinguished themselves access. Meme made X2, Pepe made X2, Flocky has already placed us several times access. Further, Ladies has recently made X4, after which it rolled back, not to the values we took, but significantly. And by the way, those who were tormented by FOMO had a lot of questions about whether it was worth buying Ladies when it already made X4. No, you don't need to buy it when it made X of access, but when it will be adjusted, you can pick it up. By the way, I shot a more detailed video for Ladies. I'll add it to the recommendations, so be sure to look after this video. There are my assumptions why this coin can make dozens of access and make its hodlers rich. The next 2 meme coins I haven't called you on YouTube yet are Sama, or Samoyeds in general, a dog on Solana. It made, by the way, a couple of access, after which it rolled back. And I mentioned about it in my DeFi Meme Series channel, where you definitely need to subscribe, of course. You can also pay attention to Baby Dog. This meme is traded on the Bybit exchange. In my opinion, plus or minus, it has found its record bottom, and considering that periodically we see a trend for meme coins in the cryptocurrency market, I think that the queue for the pump may reach Baby Dog. Well, and the last meme for today, is of course the father of all memes, Dogecoin. There are a lot of questions about whether it is worth using this coin or not. I personally keep a little bit, but honestly I do not expect any super access, because the main profit potential has already been realized. People here have already earned hundreds of access. Well, there was such significant distribution on the last bull run. Therefore, in my opinion, it is difficult to assume whether Elon Musk will turn on and expand this coin to the full on this bull run. So here is a high risk. If added, then for a small part of your funds. The final category for today is liquid staking. Here I have allocated a couple of coins for myself. These are LDO and JTO. LDO is staking on Ether, JTO is staking on Solana. In the case of JTO, there was such a significant correction. I recently wrote about it in DeFi meme sheeties that I purchased this coin. In principle, now I see a rebound. And let's hope that this is just the beginning. In the case of LDO, there are already the first access. Let's just say it's not a super price to go in right now. Maybe you should wait for the correction. In this video I have listed some of the coins that I keep in my cryptocurrency portfolio for the upcoming bull run and intend to turn again. Of course, dozens of axes of profit, as it was in previous bullish cycles. In general, I hope you have already formed your cryptocurrency portfolio. And if not yet, then there is still such an opportunity. Because when BTC is struggling in various convulsions, you can pick up altcoins on corrections and accordingly already hold your cryptocurrency, your altcoins as tightly as possible. Because right now, then when there was a bear market, it was necessary to form your cryptocurrency portfolio. And accordingly prepare, buckle up, and wait for the very same access. Well, in turn, I will try to please you with high-quality recommendations on my YouTube channel and on my Telegram channels, which I recommend you to subscribe to. The links will be in the description. Let's move on to the second part of the video, namely to our favorite Bitcoin. And finally, the most significant expected event that we discussed with you in previous videos happened. This is the adoption of the BTC ETF. Now we can definitely say that the path to new heights, to the stars, is open for Bitcoin, but it will most likely be in some medium-term perspective. And by the way, when the BTC ETF was accepted, there was some clowning at the congressional level, because the SEC first published a message that the BTC ETF was accepted. Then Harry Gensler wrote that the SEC's Twitter was hacked and nothing was accepted. Nothing will be accepted. The next day, this adoption finally happened, and as a result you ask yourself how this can be at such a level. At the SEC level, those who claim that the crypto is the Wild West and everything needs to be regulated, when they themselves cannot restore order and like their Twitter hacked. As a result, BTC ETF were accepted, and we're waiting for new values from BTC, new heights. And now my recommendation is to focus your attention on altcoins. Let's move on to the third part of the video, namely the sensational hype of Notcoin. Let me remind you, this is the meme coin with the support of Telegram itself. There is already an audience of about 10 million people, just think about these numbers. All these people are pressing these buttons, mining these coins, and by the way, we started doing it one of the first. Well, at least then these coins became real, since there was a test mode before the new year and everything that people earned here, it all burned down. From the first day, when we mine, in theory, it will be possible to convert it into cash in the near future. There is already information that the listing will be on top platforms, such as OKX, BingX, Bybit, and I assume that Binance and KuCoin, because they even have their own squads, these exchanges. So, friends who do not have an account, there will be a link in the description. There will be instructions on how you can earn your first million coins very quickly. Join us. I remember from memory this was the Trust Wallet drop, a wallet that many people use now, also using the MLM system. And those people who recorded simple videos, recommended, filled a few referrals, earned 200,000–300,000 coins there, which at today's exchange rate is about $300,000. And at its peak it was more than $500,000. It's hard for me to say how it will be in Notcoin. There are no investments here, and considering that this is the whole topic from Telegram, why not to try it? And of course, in order to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, you need exchanges. To date, I have identified a couple of such websites for myself. These are Bybit and BingX. Those who do not have an account, as they say, welcome. The link will be in the description. I have the opportunity to solve various technical problems if they suddenly arise, as well as plus VIP status if, for example, you have on other websites, and this in turn saves on commission. Okay guys, give me feedback in the comments, whether you liked this video and whether it was useful to you. Write down what you think about the list of altcoins that I have listed. Are these promising coins for the upcoming bull run? Well, or something like that. It is interesting to read your opinion. If you liked the video, if it was useful to you, put a like, subscription bell. Links to my Telegram channels in the description. I dump a lot of valuable, interesting, useful information there, so it is necessary to be there. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you, hug you, good luck and bye!